Hey everybody, Jennifer Gilman here. Oops, I just moved that. And I've got an on guard throat drop. All right. I have been losing my voice by the end of every night since I've been back from Kenya. I'm a little bit under the weather, but also I've been talking a lot. So bear with me tonight. Welcome to the Monday Night Skill Up. And we're on Facebook Live and Share and Build. And we're also on Zoom. So back and forth, I'll be looking. And we just finished week 8 of Empowered University, okay? So if you haven't heard of Empowered University yet, it's on the Share and Build with Team Voltage Facebook group. And if you just click on the Units tab, you'll be able to find this self-paced learning. And I've been getting some great feedback. Have you guys been enjoying it? So those of you on Facebook Live, just like wave if you enjoy the Empowered University, all right? So we're getting really good feedback, a lot of very good videos from a lot of blue diamonds, presidential diamonds. And what's really great about this is, although some of you have chosen to join the group and go week by week, you can also go self-paced. So at any point in time, if anybody decides to become a wellness advocate or relaunch their business or jumpstart their business, they can actually go to the Units tab and start this 10-week program and get going. So, all right. So we're going to jump into the topic in just a minute, but I have announcements because, as you know, we give prizes away every week, right? Empowered University, there's a lot of people tracking their PIPES activities. And PIPES stands for Prepare, Invite, Present. I almost blanked out a minute. Enroll and Support. And all these activities are revenue producing activities. So it's really nice to be able to fill out the spreadsheet every week and really track what you're doing, but it's also a reminder and gives you accountability of, like, if a week goes by and you didn't do anything revenue producing, you're like, shoot, okay, next week I gotta get on it, right? So we have winners, and there's always 2 winners. If you just did one activity and put that on the spreadsheet, you are entered into a random drawing. And we have somebody else, it's not Elaine or I, that actually does a randomized drawing, and she gives us the results every week. And then there's also something called the Achiever Bonus. If you do 3 revenue producing or PIPES activities, then you're entered into that drawing as well. And it's always a Family Essential Kit oil, all right? So drum roll. The first winner is Janet Recca. So I think she won last week too. So isn't that awesome? So Janet won. And when it's somebody from my group, I actually reached into a bag of Family Essentials Kit oils. So I reached in today, and it's in a really nice organza bag for her, but it was frankincense. So Janet is getting frankincense, all right? So the second winner, so congratulations, Janet, and I will get that to you later in the week when I see you. The second winner has, man, she's going for it. She's winning week after week. The Achiever Bonus is going to Sable Davis. Woo! So I reached in the bag, and it's a Digest Zen. Digest Zen is such a great oil to sample. That is just something that is always coming up, but particularly for the holidays, I have a feeling she's going to go through a lot of that sampling to everybody she knows, because we all eat way too much, right? So I'm really excited for her. In addition, we always, the Achiever Bonus, we always give a business tool with that. So I'm actually going to give her one of my welcome kits and a mad science kit, because that's something a lot of people on my team, and I know many of you like to welcome your new person with some little something, right? So she'll get that as well. So congratulations, you guys. Hey, Janet, you won. Did you see that? Awesome. Okay, so let's get into our topic. Today, we're going to talk about get over yourself. Get over yourself, okay? There's 3 behaviors I want to share with you that will really pull you out of self-destruct mode, all right? So by thinking about getting over ourselves and actually focusing on others, so you see where I'm going with that. But, you know, sometimes that's hard. We get in a funk, right? So there's 3 behaviors that'll pull you out of self-destruct mode. But let's start by asking a few questions because I want you to be real here. And this is me included, all right? So I'm not picking on anyone or anything like that. I want you to know this is coming from a good place here, a place that a lot of self-discovery for myself. So ask yourself these questions, and you don't need to answer anybody but yourself. Do you complain a lot? Do you complain often? Okay. We're going down this road. Do you post on social media how your life just stinks? This happened to me today. Oh my God. And you're venting, and, do you post that kind of stuff on social media? Okay. Do you do things to seek attention on a regular basis, or sometimes even just you're in a rut and you find yourself complaining and seeking attention? Okay. And the last question I have for you is, are you quick to judge others? Right? That's a tough one, right? So are you quick to judge others? So disclaimer here, we've all done this. Of course we have. You've done it, I've done it, we've all done it. But this is not the way we want to live, right? It doesn't make us feel very good. And sometimes we get stuck in this rut and we're doing these things over and over again, week after week, month after month, and sometimes year after year. You don't want to be in that place because it never feels good and you're sucking the life out of the people you are around, okay? So think about that as well. It's draining you, but you're sucking the life out of everyone around you, all right? So if people don't want to hang out with you, then you have to look at yourself, right? So, and again, I'm saying it from a place from my heart because I've been there. And sometimes you go down this road and you're like, oh my God, I can't even stand myself, right? Right? So really just ask yourself these questions. So it's time to get over yourself, all right? During my time in Kenya, of course, I thought heavily about this. So when I reconnected with Elaine when I got back, she asked me what topic, and I said, I want to talk about getting over ourselves, and I want to figure out how to do this. And I wanted to bring in a book that I finished reading on the plane, which is Brene Brown's newer book. It's called Dare to Lead. Okay, so hopefully you can see that on Zoom and on Facebook Live. So I finished this book, and this was a very, very good book, and I found myself rereading a lot of passages in it. And obviously it's about, daring to lead and being brave, and overcoming a lot of things about ourselves, honestly. So that was one of the books, and just my time in Kenya that came to, really merged into this subject of getting over yourself and why I chose it. When we're in a place like Kenya, or if you're out helping or doing volunteer work, or if you're around people that just are less fortunate than you are, you definitely ponder a lot of things about what they don't have and why, we get stuck in certain things, materialistic or judging others. And you think to yourself, oh my gosh, I've got to stop doing that because these people are happy without, they don't have much. And, they're not thinking about themselves. They're always giving to others tremendously in communities like this. So when I was in Kenya, that really hit home. And also, like, even thinking about how we buy a bottle of oil, we just put that in our cart, right? We just put it on our cart, and then we pay for it, and then it comes to our home 3 days later, and we open it up, and we often don't think about how many people it took to get that bottle of oil in your hand. How many people's lives did that touch? The farmers, growers, the harvesters, the people that prepared the soil, the people that spread the mulch around the plant, and then the people working at the distillery, and then the people, testing it, all the quality testings, and going to the third party testing facility, and then to doTERRA, and then to bottling, then to shipping. So many hands touch the soil before it comes to you. So it's taken with great care. So as we're thinking about getting over ourselves, I want you to focus back on, why did you start this business to begin with? Because many, many people did because it felt good. It's always about your feelings, right? Maybe you started the oils and things were working for you, but then all of a sudden Aunt Susie got a headache and you offered peppermint or past tense or something else to her, And she said, oh my God, everything is better now. How did you feel? That's an amazing feeling when you help one person, when you help 10 people, when you help 100 people, when you help 1,000 people. And it's just such a feeling that there's nothing else that can replace that. So as we're getting over ourselves, think about why you were drawn to selling the oils and helping others to begin with. It's because it's about others. That's what fills up our bucket, and that's how we're going to be able to get over ourselves, right? And get out of our own drama that we create sometimes for ourselves. So in this book, The Dare to Lead by Brene Brown, she talked about, of course, like I said, a lot of things, but there was 3 values she kept bringing up. And I kept looking back at that chapter, and I thought, these are actually like 3 behaviors that we can incorporate. So I want to go over the 3 behaviors. The first one is to be brave. The second one is to serve the work. And the third one is to take good care. So let's start with the first one, being brave. What does that actually mean? Yes, courageous, strong, getting out there, right? But leaning into getting out of your comfort zone. Be brave. Be brave to step out and get out of your comfort zone. Boy, does doTERRA have that written all over it, right? If you haven't experienced already, you will. I promise you, you will face your strongest fears you ever had in your life doing doTERRA business. If you are going to be successful, you will have to. But it is so fulfilling when you do, and you have a community surrounding you that cares about you and is going to help you through that. So we'll be better people for everyone, our families, our friends, everyone. So be brave. Set clear boundaries. That is being brave, to set clear boundaries with others. Because when people are just not they're in our space in a negative way, there's only so much we can do. So you've got to set your boundaries with people. You have to set your boundaries with things. So these are things I'm always working on. Like I said, these are lessons I've learned and continue to learn and continue to work on, and setting boundaries for myself. Being brave also by having difficult conversations. That's a tough one. A lot of people do not want to have those conversations with people. They shy away from them and assume that it's going to go away. Being brave and tackling them, because trust me, to get to the other side of that difficult conversation will be worth it. All right. And make difficult decisions for yourself. The last part of just being brave is to talk to people, not about them. Okay. And we are in a society that there's a lot of talk about others, and we need to talk to each other instead. So does that make sense? Talk to people, not about them. And that's all in that category of being brave. So the second behavior is serving the work. All right. So what do I mean by that? Serving the work. This is about stewardship. So being a steward, serving others. And that's doTERRA. That's why we're doing this, right? We're serving others. Don't live your life with the 3 C's, okay? So the 3 C's, and I was chatting with Elaine about this, and it was interesting because obviously it's about the same here, is the criticizing, complaining, and condemning, okay? Don't live your life by these. They're poisonous, and they're not good. We all know people that do this, and we often don't want to be around them, or if we're around them, we have to put our boundaries blend on before we're around them. But criticism is really hurtful. It's not nice. And complaining, where are you going with that? Where are we? If we complain, there's one thing to vent, and a trusted friend, we can vent, and we can do that in a safe way. And we kind of I like to say, have a pity party. Have your pity party and then get through it and over it. I'm not saying not to vent, because it is important to be able to have that space with somebody. And I've held that space for others, and many people have held that space for me, and I appreciate it. But then you kind of have to move on. You can't be continually complaining, all right? The other one is condemning, which is judging others, and we talked about that earlier. So don't live your life by those 3 C's: criticizing, complaining, or condemning. Um, if things go wrong in your life, then I encourage you to do some self-reflection. All right. Um, so early on, I got in that rut. I was the perfectionism part of me, and I wanted to do things just right. And why wasn't everyone else doing it just right, like I thought I was? So that was a really hard lesson for me in the first couple of years of my DoTerra business. So again, like, I share this with you because these are lessons I've learned, and I know I have a lot more to learn, and I'll continue on this path. But that it didn't serve me very well, and it wasn't until I got through some of that that I was able to thrive and really start to be successful. Here's an affirmation for you with serving the work. It's ready. It's called, let's see, I am responsible for the energy. I am responsible for the energy I bring to situations. So I work to stay positive. All right. So that's a great affirmation. I'll say it again. I am responsible for the energy I bring to situations. So I work to stay positive. I'll say it one more time so you've got it. I am responsible for the energy I bring to situations. So I work to stay positive. And by the way, saying affirmations 3 times that's what I do anyway. It's just each time you say it, it's stronger and you actually begin to believe it, right? So the third behavior is take good care. You could probably guess what that is, right? Taking good care of yourself, but also others. So taking good care, how can we take care of ourselves and others? There's self-care rituals we can incorporate, but taking care of others as well. Treat each others with respect. Always do that. Many of us were brought up that way, but maybe we slide back a little bit, or maybe there's a person or two that we don't really respect, so it's difficult to extend respect, right? So think about that. Treat others with respect and compassion. Practice gratitude. So I'll share with you one of my favorite ways, and this is something. I'm trying to remember who it was that introduced the idea to me many, many years ago, actually, about gratitude and a gratitude journal. But I didn't really start the practice on a continual basis until I was in my 3rd month of my first Diamond Club, and I've done Diamond Club twice. I was just down on myself, and I had to change the messaging in my head. And so I was on a trip, and I picked up a journal, and it was one of my favorite colors, orange, and it said gratitude journal on it. So I started writing 3 things I was grateful for every day, and I would do it in the evening, and I would just look at it, and that book just built up. It's about this thick, and it's neat to I still have that book as a reminder to always be grateful. Now, I've turned that practice into a part of my prayer at night and my deep breathing, so I've changed it a little bit. Just like anything else, we evolve. And when I lay my head on the pillows, when I usually say some prayers, I say 3 things I'm grateful for, and I do some deep breathing. So I've kind of turned that into something a little bit different now, but I'm still practicing my gratitude every single day. So whatever that looks like for you, maybe try one of the things that I did. But that really changed so much of the messaging that was up in my head. And it really, to be able to go to sleep on a good note is beautiful, because your body is already in repair mode when you sleep. Now, we want our mind to be in that way too, right? So we want to be leaving ourselves with really good thoughts. And then being mindful of other people's time. So that's another part of taking good care, all right? So again, the 3 things, the 3 behaviors that will pull you out of your self-destruct mode are being brave, serving the work, and taking good care. All right. Now, this past week, Heather Patnod talked about casting a vision and practical steps for reaching your goals. Okay. So I think, I love these videos. Aren't they awesome? But that was week 8, all right? In case you're off on weeks, that was week 8. And she mentioned the weekly power hour. And it's all about focusing on others, not you. So interesting, huh? So we got to get over ourselves, focus on others instead of you. And I really love how she gives you the steps to do your weekly power hour. If you haven't seen that yet, take a look at it and try it out for a week. So the homework for you is to try the weekly power hour if you have never done that, and try it out for a week. See how it goes. All right. So we're going to actually switch over. What was that? Sable held something up. Is that gratitude? Oh, there she. So we're actually going to sign off of Facebook right now and move over to Zoom with any question and answers. And that way, anything that you want to ask for your business, it doesn't have to be on this subject, it could be something else. But those of you on Facebook Live, the way to get on there is zoom.us, and then you're going to click Join Meeting. And here's the meeting idea. You ready? Hey, Melania. And Rena, I miss saying hi to you guys. The meeting ID is 963-242-4173. So meeting ID 963-242-4173. All right. Bye, everybody on Facebook. Love you guys. I'm going to switch off the recording as well.